What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bench. My name's Joey, joined by my brother and co-host Angel. What up, dog?
What's up, dog?
It's a morning show.
Morning show.
We're still rubbing the sleepy out of our eyes and all those good things. We wanted to come at you real quick. This is technically episode number 99. We wanted to come at you real quick with a combine recap.
Yeah. A quick hitter.
Yep. Over in Indy, they had the combine and the athletes stripped down to their skivvies and
It's a weird process. Still.
physically showed themselves to the world.
It's a weird process. Still.
To be considered.
Yeah, like choose me. Here's me in my boxers running as fast as I can.
Yeah, it's a little Hunger Games-ish.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's not a natural way to. There's game speed. There's tape, but yet we do this still.
And in some way, it's losing steam a little bit amongst the coaches.
I think Cowboys, Packers, and Rams just didn't go. I think one more team just didn't go.
Kind of movement among the young coaches. Either way, we're going to cover it because
it's a big deal.
Consequences do come out. I don't want to say consequences, but it affects for sure the draft order still, even though not all coaches take it seriously. And we had some big time what we think are movers and fallers.
Yeah.
Or risers and fallers in the draft, specifically more in the first round area or second round, that we want to just throw some names out there and take a look at it. Real quick before we get into that, not that we're going to do a whole news segment, but a couple of things did happen. Saquon Barkley not getting tagged.
Okay.
Brian Burns officially tagged.
God help him.
And so that's just, as we go into free agency, that's how things shook out.
Yeah, the tag deadline is Tuesday, so today.
Right.
Yeah, Tuesday. I don't know why. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Yes. So you'll probably see a lot of news. Just stay by your phones. This is, Burns being tagged sucks. Saquon being tagged.
24 million.
Saquon not being tagged is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
He could go anywhere.
So
one of the most historic running back free agent classes.
Yeah,
ever.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic.
Henry, Saquon Barkley,
and
Austin Eckler.
They're all not gonna get big deals.
You think so? I think there's
1 year, 2 year deals.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see
even with all the money out there.
I don't see anyone giving them.
I think Saquon gets a deal. I think
the only guy
Eckler might.
Yeah, Saquon or Josh Jacobs are the ones who might get a deal because they're younger. Yeah,
Pollard's out there.
Pollard. Yeah.
Wow, a lot of names out there. Just wanted to
talk about that.
Wanted you to be ready for free agency. Those names will be out there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the combine in Indy, of course, as it's been for a while. I think for all of its existence, right?
Yeah, and in the house that Peyton built.
Yep. I think there was a chance for it to be moved soon here at some point.
Don't do that.
But they decided not to. I want to go one day. One day I want to go to Combine.
Yeah.
Might be kind of cool.
There's a big crowd there, too, now.
People walking around.
It's a spectacle, yeah.
I'll take the show there.
Maybe we take the show there next year or we do something fun next year.
Yeah.
Or
I like it. The first round, I think up top is going to be quarterback heavy.
Yes.
And really the draft starts after 3, the Patriots, because I think it might be quarterback.
Yeah.
To start. And then honestly, some of these names even that I want to bring up to right now are in play for that. Let's look at first. Do you want to go risers or fallers?
Risers.
Okay, let's do risers first. Why don't you go first?
Yeah. Joe Alt, left tackle, lineman out of Notre Dame.
This is your guy.
I love Joe Alt.
This is your guy. Yeah.
He ran well. He tested well. The film's there. He was great this weekend in interviews, and he's going to be picked way too late. I take him over most of these quarterbacks.
Just a mountain of a man.
Yeah, mountain of a man, and I don't think he gets past 4 with the Arizona Cardinals. I think he stays there. I think they kind of Gannon finds himself a solid left tackle, a star left tackle. His comp right now is Penei Sewell. He's one of the best linemen. I'm telling you, he's being overlooked because of quarterbacks are so sexy. They are so cool. He was by far the most impressive. He did everything that he was supposed to do this weekend. Tested well, graded well, interviewed well. My guy ran a 5 flat, so he's not a big, slow guy for being 6'8", 320.
Big tackle out of Notre Dame. No way, I look at the draft board now. No way he gets past 6 at the very lowest, but Joe Alt is the typical should Joe Alt be chosen after Jalen Daniels? Probably not.
No.
Should it be chosen after J.J. McCarthy? Probably not.
No, or Drake May still a maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But will that happen? Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Because that's how it goes with quarterbacks. But Joe Alt is going to be wherever he goes. I'm right there with you. I mean, you love him and you are like pounding the table for him.
Yeah.
I'm the same there with you, but he's going to go somewhere and be a starter for the next 10 to 15 years.
I mean, if he falls, there's no way he gets past Tennessee, a historically bad offensive line. That's as far as he goes.
I love me some Joe Alt for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to my name here. I'm going to go to Bama and go with the guy who tested incredibly well, Dallas Turner.
Who just turned 21.
Just turned 21. 6'4", 242. Just turned 21. I have the notes here on how he tested: explosive and disruptive first step, violent hands, long arm stab. He has incredibly long arms.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw it broken down as pterodactyl arms.
Yeah.
That's the kind of arms you want to be.
Yeah. You want that long pass rusher arms. Yep, for sure.
Just just built like a pass rusher, built like he's made to pass rush. And I think he solidified himself here as a top 10 pick. Out of Bama, I could see him going as high as maybe a 5 to replace Joey Bosa.
He really bumped up his draft stock.
Yeah, he solidified himself for sure.
Yeah, like as a top 15, a lottery pick. If you're
I think the top pass rusher in the draft, UCLA Latsu might have something to say about that.
Actually, he fell because of Dallas Turner's testing. This is just what the combine can do for you.
Yeah, Dallas Turner. I don't see him going to. I mean, maybe the Cardinals. You never know, but I don't think so. Chargers, I can see him at 5, or Titans at 7. But he's gonna go somewhere, and I think not just get drafted high, but have a really, really productive rookie season.
Yeah.
Really love Dallas Turner. Any more risers you got?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm pulling up real quick.
No, you're fine.
So I want to group these guys together because they all tested well in different ways, and it's the last 3 quarterbacks in this draft: McCarthy, Penix Jr., and Bo Nix.
Okay.
Bo Nix and Penix Jr. threw the ball phenomenally. JJ McCarthy did not, but he tested, but he did interviewed very well. So, but all I'm saying is that coming out of this combine, they're all getting taken in the first round.
Do you think so?
Yes. They all tested well. They all threw well.
6 quarterbacks in the first round?
I really do think so. And I really do think that this is the reason why you're not seeing a Fields move or a Kirk Cousins commitment by anybody because of the 6 quarterbacks that can be taken in the first round.
Yeah.
I think we're all wondering why the Fields thing hasn't happened yet, why the Broncos just straight up cut Russell Wilson, why the Vikings have not committed to Kirk. This is why. I think there's 6 quarterbacks in this first round this year.
So you think hey, these teams, Sean Payne's looking at this draft and saying, listen, there's some dogs at quarterback in this draft. I'll take a Bo Penix. I'll take a J.J. McCarthy. I'll take a Joe Milton, a name you didn't mention, who also tested really well. I mean, maybe you might be right. 6 quarterbacks in the first round would be insane.
Well, look at 11, 12, 13. Vikings, Denver, and Raiders. 3 teams that need quarterbacks.
Quarterback.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of quarterbacks here that can fall, and teams don't want to pay for Justin Fields, rather just draft a young quarterback and just.
So that's great that you mentioned that because that's a bigger deal. We need to understand that's a bigger deal to organizations than it is to us. The fact that you restart the clock on the rookie contract, that's a huge deal to teams. I know as fans sometimes it doesn't matter as much because you just want the best player you could possibly get in the moment. But I think that's a great point because Broncos not in a great cap situation with the Russell Wilson thing. Vikings are going to have to pay Justin Jefferson. Probably have they have some money out to Hawkinson.
Yeah.
They have some holes to fill if they don't re-sign their free agents. And then the Raiders could use the quarterback as well. But I think that rookie quarterback on that rookie contract with that 5th-year option is quite the commodity to bring into town.
And then even if one of those teams skips quarterback, 20 Pittsburgh, that's the last spot where I see one of these quarterbacks going.
Yeah.
So my takeaway is that there's going to be 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
Did you see the Pittsburgh thing? I forgot to mention that. They reiterated their confidence. They put out there.
Well, let's see draft day when.
Yeah, I mean they already put out they're not interested in Fields or Cousins.
That's probably true because they have the guys. I'm telling you, there's so many. This is a deep quarterback draft, and they all did well in their own ways at the combine.
That'd be really fun. Do you have any more risers?
Let's give you 3.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to try to move on before you're done. Let's go look at a couple followers here. Unfortunately, the combine is not super beneficial for everyone, and there's a couple guys here who had poor combines for one reason or another. I'll get it started here. I'm going to look at cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry, who I had as a top cornerback in this draft. Was going to go, as high as, let me see, 10 Jets. No, probably not. Bears. I think Bears would be a nice second pick for the Bears. Falcons. I mean, a lot of these teams would love a good young cornerback. Cornerbacks out of Alabama usually transfer really well. Yeah. But an injury showed up when he went through his things. He's a Jones fracture. I believe that's a foot fracture. Yeah. Just a terrible, terrible injury, a terrible way to start his career. Not a death sentence.
No.
But something that's a little scary.
Yeah, it's when you get hurt here, you can only hurt yourself, obviously, because there's going to be people who rise. We haven't talked about the Texas wideout yet, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
The riser this year was him, so that could just tell you how much, even if you're not the best player at your position, you can still rise up. Him not showing off or not be able to show what he can do automatically drops him down, and maybe now someone gets a discount on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely gonna get drafted no later than the second.
Yeah,
maybe still in the first. For sure.
He's probably still in the first.
But someone could maybe just stick him in the back of their bench, get incredible value. I could see the Ravens doing something like this, right? Like they got Kyle Hamilton, like they got Tyler Linderbaum. I mean, it's unfortunate for him because top 10 was definitely in his future. But he'll have to wait to kind of break on the scene. Who you got?
1 second. I lost it. 1 second. This is podcasting.
That's okay. I got a couple more here. Austin Booker, an edge from Kansas. He was looked at as kind of a sleeper, and possibly sneaking into that fourth round. But this happens sometimes with some of these guys who are super productive in college and at maybe a smaller program. They get to the combine and they get to the athletic test and they just don't measure up. And so that's a lot of times the conversation teams have to have. Like, are we going to go with the tape and the production, or are we going to go with the fact that this guy showed up from a small school and wasn't athletically what maybe we think the NFL needs to happen? The same thing with Notre Dame running back Audek Estime. He was kind of looked at as someone who might be, not a incredibly deep running back draft class, maybe pushing for someone who can headline that class, but ran a 4.740 at running back. That's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And so that's another name too. Do you have any more?
God, I can't find it.
You can't find it.
I had it in the holding reset.
Well, I got one more, so you better get the end of this. John Ross. John Ross ran a 40-yard dash at 4.2 7 years ago, and he's looked at as a loser because that 40 time finally fell. John Ross parlayed that.
How's he get taking L's? He wasn't even there.
He's taking that out. 7 years ago, he ran that 4.240. I remember when it happened, and if you remember, that catapulted him all the way up to the first round, I believe, to the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
They took John Ross. He never worked out. I think he spent some time in Buffalo. That didn't work out either. Xavier Worthy ran a 4.21. He broke the record for the 40-yard dash at the Combine. We'll see if that catapults him. He was already kind of a borderline first round. This may push him up into the top 15 or so. Adonai Mitchell.
Wide out.
Yeah, wide out. He ran 40 time that was just a tenth of a second slower, but he's about 40 pounds heavier. And so some people might think, well, Xavier Worthy is wire thin. Maybe Adonai Mitchell's the guy we want, a little more meat on the bones, a little more maybe durable when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah. Okay, I found my guy. Sorry.
All right, go ahead, man. I literally emptied the tank, so it's all you now.
Amarius Mims, he's offensive lineman, Georgia. Yes. So he won and then lost. He ran a 5 flat 40.
Oh, no.
And then he hurt his hamstring. But the reason why because it hurts him because his whole career he's been plagued with injuries. So he literally proved why he's not worthy of a first-round pick.
Yeah.
He ran great. He tested well until he got hurt. Then it just kind of cemented everyone's thought process that he's going to be injury. It sucks because all we saw was Saturday morning was his highlight of him running 5 flat at weighing 340. Oh, yeah. 6'8", 340. He flew, but then he proved to everybody I heard this comparison to Mekhi Becton, the same kind of big guy, moves well, but injury plagued. Now it's just a question mark whether he can stay healthy. I think for that reason he might slip out of the first round. He was really helping himself out, but then just a hamstring injury just proved that he's had a plethora of injuries at Georgia. Good tape, but never can stay healthy.
Yeah, just showing the full arsenal there of what he brings to the table, which is unfortunate because that will definitely hurt his draft stock.
And it already has.
That's a good way to get fired.
Yep.
Like you drafted the guy who's injury prone, and guess what? He's still injury prone. hand in your keys, please.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anything else?
No, that's
okay. A couple things before we head out here. Rich Eisen reporting that the Giants are, quote, absolutely done with Daniel Jones.
Okay.
We've never heard this before.
No, but it's Rich Eisen too. He might just be. He's also a New York Jets fan, and just I don't know. This is just.
It'd be fun to get the Giants in there.
Show host
mixing it up with the quarterback.
Talk show host really.
And then Jets releasing CJ Uzama, tight end. He'll be out there for anyone who wants a second string tight end.
Yeah. It didn't work out in New York, obviously, last year. And
yeah. That's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay tuned. A little later on, we actually have episode 100 already filmed. That'll be out after this episode, this Combine episode, this 99. And we'll have another episode on Friday. Really excited, and it should be a good time. You're going to enjoy episode 100.
Yeah.
It's
tune
different.
in. It's awesome. Freaking awesome. I really can't wait for them to see it. I want a reaction already.
See you Friday.
Peace.